Welcome to the conclusion of our three-part showcase about the 1998 Honda CBR600. 3 separate videos per motorcycle review may be too much, so I might adjust that in the future, but since that's the format we started with on this machine, we'll finish that way. The main part of this video is going to be me talking about my impressions of that motorcycle after riding it for a while. But before we get to that, I have a few things I'd like to show you in here. Some parts arrived for the TW200 Vader. Got a new air filter, a couple new airbox cover screws because one was a sheet metal screw, which shouldn't have been there, and another was missing. Also got a little kickstand bracket that was missing, and brand new petcock.
Shiny.
Isn't that shiny?
That's nice.
I could have cleaned up the old one, except that these little screens were completely gone on the one that's installed on the tank right now. Speaking of the tank, let's have a look in here. My cleaning is complete.
Ooh.
I'm proud of that. So proud, I'll splice in some better video of just how nice that tank looks. So I'll get these parts installed on the TW200 and make a video about that one in the future. This is a middleweight sport bike. The 250s they call quarter liters, and the 1000cc machines are known as liter bikes. I call this one a heavy half.
Okay.
Because it's a 600. I made that up.
I can tell.
I think it's a handsome machine. It's been in the garage for a couple months, especially since I put on these side covers. Ed brought these with him when he met us at the gas station. They're broken, but still looks better than the half naked way it was running earlier. When I talked to you guys on my ride, that was just the first 10 minutes of my experience on board this motorcycle. But after that, I rode it for another 50 miles when we were doing those third-person shots. By the end of that afternoon, my arms were sore. I was talking about how comfortable it was early on, but I was feeling it by the end of the day. This was an exciting ride. Starting around 7,000 RPM, it really starts to cook. I haven't been on something this fast in a long time, or maybe ever. I had to hold on when it was accelerating. I was really glad the seat had this upturn in the back. So very exhilarating, very fun, very invigorating, especially since it was cold outside. But I did not connect with it. I did not gel with the machine. So I don't think one of these is in my future. Maybe the familiarity, the comfort, the connection would come with time, but I wasn't feeling it. I also wouldn't want one of these with carburetors. And you fellers and fellerettes know who you're talking to. I'm not one to turn away from a carburetor, but 4 buried underneath the gas tank in the airbox, I'll take the fuel injection. It felt faster than it looked, though. I felt like I was on a rocket ship, but then when I watched the videos that you took, it was just a guy doodling down the road.
It was harder to keep you in frame than when you rode the Aero.
Well, thanks.
Yeah, you're going faster than the scooter.
Probably the worst thing that I noticed that made me feel the most uneasy was bumps going around a corner. Didn't anticipate the way that would feel. When I was leaned over and the road got rough, it seemed dicey. I don't know if it really was, but I didn't like it. I need to get used to it though. A few times when I was already in 6th gear, I tried shifting up again, which was embarrassing. Hope nobody was listening.
Good thing you didn't tell anyone.
And I'm sorry about all the wind noise in the helmet. I'm either going to have to get a better microphone setup, better, more insulated helmet, or just stick to slower motorcycles. Well, I was going to end the video there, but decided a better way to finish off the CBR600 showcase would be the reunification with the motorcycle and its owner, Ed. We're here at Ed's house.
Yeah, and you delivered it. Can't beat that.
Jenny's garage, top service every time.
I'm telling you.
It even runs. I didn't damage anything
No,
that I know of.
nope, it looks great.
So I've already talked about my impressions of this motorcycle after having it for a couple of months. What are your impressions of this motorcycle after owning it for 10 years?
I'm gonna go there. I think it's time to get rid of
You love it that much.
it. I think I'm gonna die on it.
Okay.
Yeah. When I drove it away from the Oasis and hit 125, something went off in between my ears and said, I like to fly. I like to fly. And the electric, that keeps me grounded at 100.
Okay. So you're listening to the voice. If any of you guys watching are interested in a 98 CBR600 F3, let us know.
Thanks, Jake.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I'm not going away empty-handed. Look at this. Ed knows just what I need in the garage. Tool cart and a place to sit. Well, this is a great day. In addition to the cart and the wheelie chair, I get to go for a ride on a 0S.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ed.
You betcha. Yeah.
So thanks for watching.
I might make a little more noise than you.
If you'd like to watch our CBR600 review from the beginning, here's a link to part 1 of the series. And here's a link to our next video, if it exists yet.